Hi students and welcome in this video. So previous lecture we have learned about the different types of settlements from the British East India Company to collect the revenue. For example, the permanent settlement, Mahelwari system, and we can learn about the Monroe system also. So we learned the problems regarding that systems also. Now in this video we will see the crops for Europe. So, that British realized means from the countryside, not only they yield the revenue, but also they can cultivate the crops, they can grow the crops which are required for the European countries. For example, in till 17th century, the main crops were opinion. Opium and the indigo. So we can say the opium means opium and orchards, and indigo means that indigo is a blue color, rich blue color, which is used for dyeing the clothes. So after that, in 19th till 19th century, the British East India Company forced the cultivators from the various part of the India to cultivate different types of crops. For example, we can see here they forced that cultivators from Bengal to cultivate the jute. They forced to cultivators from Assam to cultivate tea. They forced that cultivators from Punjab to cultivate wheat. Again to grow cotton, they forced to Maharashtrian cultivators and Punjab also. They forced to cultivators from United Provinces means in present Uttar Pradesh, they forced that cultivators to cultivate or grow sugar cane. So like this they forced to grow the different types of varieties of crops in different parts of India, which are required that crops to European countries. Now we will see the history of the color. You may say that any color have history. Then I said yes. See here, in your textbook there are two pictures or two diagrams are there. In first picture you can see a kalamkari printer which is made in 20th century from Andhra Pradesh weavers. So in that you can see there was used a blue color. Again one picture is there, that is the floral cotton print is there, and it is printed by William Morris. It is printed by William Morris, and he was a famous poet and the artist of the 19th century. So in both the pictures, if you see, then in that pictures they used a blue color. So it was a rich blue color, and it is made up of indigo, and the indigo made up of that color is made up of that plant, one type of plant which is called indigo. So that Britishers forced some cultivators to cultivate indigo and opium. So now we will see why the demand for Indian indigo in European countries. What is the reason of the huge demand of the Indian indigo? Now we will see. See, India is a tropical country, and for growing the indigo, it needed hot and humid climate to grow. So it is our India is the tropical country, and our climate is hot and humid. So in India, the cultivators grow the best indigo. So there was a demand for the Indian indigo. So in 13th century, there was huge demand of the indigo, because in India, India is the 7th largest country. But Britain, it is the very small country, and they could not grow the indigo. So 13th century there was huge demand of the indigo, and so that it was its price was huge. So some industrialist or that dyer or that cloth producer, they do not affordable this price of that indigo, of Indian indigo. So what they did, they used woad. Woad, it is they can use the instead of the indigo. That woad also produce the blue color also. So they use, and for growing that woad, it needed a temperate climate. Means we can say in European country they can grow the wood. So instead of you, because the huge price of indigo, they do not afford the indigo, so they started to use the wood. So it was the easily available in European, because it can grow in temperate region also, so it was easily available to them. But when there was a supply of indigo, the producers from European country, they were fear. If the indigo can available in our country, then our wood nobody will use. So what they did, they told to their government to ban on the Indian indigo. So after that they used that oath also. But in 17th century, some industrialists or that cloth producers, they persuaded their government to relax the ban on Indian indigo. So government relaxed the ban on Indian indigo. Then in the world, the cultivation of indigo was increased. Means cultivators started to cultivate the indigo. We can see here many countries started to cultivate indigo. For example, in French, they started to grow or cultivate indigo in Caribbean islands, English in Jamaica. Portuguese started to cultivate indigo in Brazil. We can see in Spanish also, Venezuela, they started to grow indigo, and we can see the North America also started to produce indigo. So in 18th century, the demand of indigo was increased, but because of some reason, the supply of indigo from the West Indies and America was collapsed. So the Indian indigo, there was a huge demand for Indian indigo. So cloth producers looked for new source of indigo supply, and then they turned to the Indian indigo. So British East India Company realized that there was the huge demand of indigo, so they turned to the Indian countryside to cultivate the indigo. And remaining part of this lesson we will see in next lecture. Thank you.